Today was to be a day for exploring Monte Carlo, but French strikes changed our plans. Our visit would have to be brief since strikes had closed most roads and the traffic was heavy. But we had a beautiful hour exploring the yachts, gardens, palace, cathedral, and all the wonders of this wealthy municipality. A combination of the quiet season and the French strikes meant we had the entire city, if not country, to ourselves. We've docked in the port of Livorno this morning and driven up into the beautiful hills of Tuscany. The sun is shining on us. It is like Tuscany that you've heard and dreamed about. We're going to explore today, and we have our wonderful expert guide to help us. Marco, thank you for joining us today.
Welcome to Italy. Welcome to Tuscany.
I am so happy to be in Tuscany. Tell me what you're going to show us today.
First of all, we're going to have a great lunch here. After, we take the car. We go to a place called the San Gimignano. You saw it as we came here. Little village, top of a hill.
Lots of towers.
The ancient towers, beautiful shops, good wine, good food, wonderful landscapes.
Can't wait. But this gorgeous place where we are right now is where we're going to have lunch and where Viking guests have lunch. And I would love to introduce the family who runs this family farm. I don't even want to say a restaurant.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Benedetta and Umberto. Lovely to meet you both, and thank you. You've invited us to your home and your farm.
Welcome, benvenuti.
How long has this been in your family?
It's been in our family since 1932. Last year it was 90 years from Umberto to Umberto. You are very welcome in our farm. We're very looking forward to show you my mom cuisine. She's been cooking all day for you, and I hope you're gonna enjoy.
We've met your mom. She didn't want to be on camera, but I can guarantee you it's going to be delicious.
Yes.
We also love all the animals here.
I was looking at him because I was like, Merlo, come here with us.
Come here.
Good.
But I love it. An actual farm.
Biagio, of course.
Oh, excuse me. We were rude. Biagio is posing for the camera. He says, I am important too. Oh, I love it. I know our guests love it here because I'm ready to stay all day, but I know you'll make me leave. So should we go have lunch?
Yes,
we go have lunch.
Thank you.
Ladies first.
Thank you, sir. Benedicta, would you walk me through this gorgeous, I don't want to mess it up, it looks like a piece of art.
So we have the traditional Tuscan bread, obviously that is with no salt because as you see we have very savory stuff.
So the bread has,
the beautiful one and only bruschetta.
This is
made with our extra virgin olive oil, garlic and salt.
So this is local olive oil.
Exactly, from the field that are all around.
Marco, you're going to join me because
some ricotta cheese.
Now, do I just take a little?
You should take a piece of everything.
All right, I will.
Because it's an experience, needs to be completed.
You don't need to force me.
Exactly.
This cheese looks.
That's the gorgonzola, the one and only blue cheese that it's so creamy that everyone loves.
Oh, look at it! It just melts.
Yeah.
That's not from Tuscany, but it's still good.
Exactly.
Oh, how nice of you to say that.
Although it's not from here.
But it's an experience. You always need blue cheese in your life.
Okay, in your life.
Exactly. Then we have some pepperoni. They're not spicy at all. They're quite sour. So once you had some cheese, they're actually very pleasant.
Okay, they pair well.
This is when we have a lot of veggies, the best way to preserve them is to put them under oil. So here we have peppers, artichokes, and mushrooms. And they're all from our vegetable garden. And we actually put them under oil, so you're gonna experience a very savory and very pleasant notes. That's one of the specialty for my mom.
Oh, this looks really good.
Onion under Chianti wine, which is
onion
the red
with
wine.
Chianti.
Chianti vinegar.
I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Vinegar from the
that I've got to try.
Exactly. And this is the vinegar from Vernaccia. So here you have a bit more sour, a bit thicker in the aroma, while here they're very sweet and so pleasant.
So these both are brand new to me.
Here we have the eggplants. Eggplants under oil.
Oh.
Very, very nice, and it's outstanding. Maybe one of my favorite things in the world. Olives, obviously.
And I have to repeat, your mother made all this.
All this is made by my mom.
Oh.
Exactly.
Olives from the trees that are just outside the window.
We have the olives to make olive oil. These one are actually bought from neighbors, so whatever is not produced here, we get from our neighbors, and it's literally kilometer zero over it.
I love it that you talk local and you're like, no, it's not from our farm, it's from next door.
Yes,
That's very local still.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we have this one, it's actually 100% made here, from the spelt to the herbs to the carrots. Everything comes from our vegetable garden. The chickpeas come from our land as well. And obviously this is a friend from my elementary school that makes salami and formaggio. Still very local, still very nice, and still friends that are producing and we're supporting. Prosciutto Toscano, salame, and finocchiona. Fennel salami.
Okay, finocchiana. I'm not
Finocchiona. It's literally salami, but with fennel.
Oh,
lovely.
So nice. Fennel seeds.
All right. I am ready to sit down and enjoy this feast. We'll put that. I took someone
Enjoy the
else's.
food and the wine.
Umberto, thank you very much.
Welcome.
And
Buon appetito.
Benedicta, thank you
Buon
so
appetito.
much.
Grazie,
Buon
grazie.
appetito.
Grazie.
Good.
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. Wow.
Fluent, yeah.
Vedi?
Fluent Italian. And some wine, yes. We have the Vernaccia di San Gimignano.
Also local, San Gimignano.
Exactly. It's the first DOC of Italy. It's 100% Vernaccia. It's organic and vegan certified. It's a very, very special wine. You can think that Dante Alighieri talked about this wine in his Divina Commedia. So it's very, very important to say that it's one of the oldest in history wines from Italy.
So from Dante's Divine Comedy to my mouth.
Exactly. And then if someone is not very much into white wine, this one is still very nice white wine, for a reason that my dad says that it's a red dressed in white. For the structure, it can even age in time.
A red dressed in white.
Yes.
It is lovely, and I'll toast Dante, but mostly you and your family. Thank
Grazie.
you. This has been a highlight.
Salute.
And obviously Chianti Colli Senesi, made with Sangiovese grape, still organic and still vegan. It's a bit more fruity on the fruity side, while here we have more flowers, but they're very nice to toast and enjoy your meal.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Grazie mille,
Grazie.
buon appetito.
Oh, how lovely. After a true Tuscan farm lunch, we looked out to the next hillside and saw the towers of San Gimignano, our next stop on our Tuscan adventure. Marco, the weather has changed dramatically.
Yes, very much.
Let's get inside the walled city.
We go inside San Gimignano, a double walled city.
Oh, even better. But
There's
I'm
a-
still feeling the wind.
Still feeling the wind. But we get some good wine and
now
get
it's-
warmer.
And some gelato, maybe
And some
not.
gelato, because that's something that San Gimignano is famous for.
Oh,
They say they have the best. They say they have the best ice cream in the world.
I will suffer
But you know that's
for
very
that.
that's very Italian. That each place
Has
is
the
each city
best.
is the best city in the world. Each restaurant is the best in the world. I told you we don't like each other, so we still have this big feeling of competition.
Well, there's nothing if it's not pride in what you make. I love the shops, beautiful.
Good
Look at
wine,
this.
good food, salami,
Okay,
wild boar.
tell me what years we're looking at here.
Many centuries ago. San Gimignano is an old Etruscan village. So we're talking of the 4th century before Christ, but the village became rich and powerful in the early Middle Ages. Thanks to the wine, thanks to the saffron, and thanks to the pilgrims.
I would not have thought of saffron here.
Saffron, which is used as a spice nowadays, you know, to make the risotto alla milanese, whatever. But saffron was very much used in those days to dye fabrics. You know, the economy.
And it was famous for wool. I know, at least
silk,
in Florence.
Yes. Florence is wool, Lucca silk, but you know, the economy of Tuscany was very much based on the textile production. So we used to grow saffron for that, and still nowadays. And then the wine, I told you, the vernaccia that we drank before.
Oh, yes.
And pilgrims.
So this was on a pilgrimage route?
This was on a pilgrimage route that went from England all the way down to Rome, to the Holy Land, further, you know, in the south of Italy to the Holy Land. And pilgrims used to stop here. They used to stop here to rest for the night, to change their money. And of course, since Italy was not one nation, you know, every town, every village was by itself. So every day, every morning, every evening, pilgrims had to change their money. So bankers took power. You know, bankers used to rule the world.
And later on, the Medicis were the bankers that took the power.
And the Medici,
much later on.
Yes, later on. But San Gimignano became so rich in the Middle Ages thanks to the pilgrims. And then after the plague in 1348, you know, the terrible black plague in the whole of Europe, San Gimignano lost all of its power and richness. So pilgrims started choosing a different route, a different itinerary on the way to Rome, and San Gimignano lost everything. So after the plague, the middle of the 1300s, San Gimignano decided to surrender to Florence. And this is the reason why the village still looks like it used to be.
A time capsule.
You know, yes, places like Florence.
Look at the view out into the Tuscan hills.
See the buildings made of stones, made of bricks, little arch, and beautiful hills with vineyards and olive trees everywhere.
It is beautiful.
And so the towers, you know, San Gimignano, that's what it's famous for. There are 14 towers left, but they used to be over 70 before. Rich people used to live in towers to protect themselves.
Which I wasn't aware of.
To show off their power, because you know, the taller the tower, the richer the people.
This one's very tall.
But not the tallest, because the tallest tower is the City Hall tower. Private towers are not supposed to be taller than the City Hall. Like in Florence, you know, in Florence, the biggest building is the cathedral, and the second is the tower of the City Hall. And here you see the tower that was really used as a fortress, as a symbol of power, and the little house attached to the tower, which is where real people really used to live.
Beautifully preserved. This is truly a time capsule.
And the City Hall tower, which is not the original. You can see that it doesn't look like the others.
Oh, yes.
San Gimignano was bombed during the war.
Oh.
And so some
Why?
of the
It wasn't a strategic.
Not at all, but it was still destroyed. And at the end, you know, the inhabitants tried to talk to the allies. They said there are no Germans, only very few, so there's no reason to keep on bombing the village. But that tower was rebuilt after.
But it looks like a lot survived the bombing.
Yes, of course. So the City Hall, and it's beautiful, you know, inside there are frescoes, but if you want, we can also enter the courtyard, and there are beautiful
I'd like
paintings
to see
inside.
That. The frescoes.
Yes.
When would they have dated from?
From the 1300.
They're amazingly preserved.
See, some of them, you see, like here, they've been like detached from the walls.
To preserve them.
To be preserved, to be restored, and to be safe from the humidity maybe that comes from
that's on the wall.
Yes.
But they're still amazingly intact.
And if you go upstairs, if you get a ticket, you go upstairs, it's full of those frescoes.
Marco, you've brought us back home to Livorno in our ship, our
Yes.
home from home, but you've shown us a great day. I've learned about 11th, 12th century San Gimignano, walked the streets of a medieval town, was a treat. The highlight was a home-cooked Tuscan meal. And that on a family farm was to die for. That was the most
highlight.
exciting highlight I've had on the trip, I believe.
Prosciutto, salame, bruschetta, whatever.
And meeting the family and having you teach us about the foods of the region and the history. So thank you. I want to come back.
To come back.
I shall. And I appreciate you sharing your love and passion.
It's a pleasure, you know, showing this beautiful land, being proud of being born in this place and showing the beauty of this place with love, and
you did it well.
it's been a wonderful day.
I felt it in my heart.
Thank you. But
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Tonight, we set sail to Florence, a city I had visited many times before, but never like the adventure we were about to enjoy.